Are you ready for a week 2 summary? So I am jumping straight in with week 2 of, I guess, my training plan, but getting back into training for, obviously, my big goal of a Boston qualifier. Week 1 was kind of similar to this week, so there wasn't a lot of difference, but the main focus of week 1 is to just get into some regular training again, to find consistency, and to get into those good habits again with the training. Week 1 saw about 20 miles ran, 60 miles on the bike and 2 strength sessions, so pretty solid, a good start. And week 2 is just basically maintaining that, increasing the run volume a little bit. So I have just done the first run of the week. It's Monday, it's week 2. And today's session was based off power. So I had no idea of what my pace was, or no paces to hit. The only thing I knew was my power and the duration of the intervals. So it was 10 minutes warm up, and then it was 10 times 3 minutes at a certain power, with 1 minute jog recoveries, and then a 10-minute cool down. And I've got to say, this is all using the Stride Pod. I really enjoyed it. It was actually really refreshing doing a session just worrying about hitting a power, not worrying about paces or distance or anything like that. What was also interesting is I had no idea until I finished how I'd done. I haven't actually looked at the stats yet, so I'll go and have a look now, but yeah, I enjoyed that. I also did a strength session. I will be delving into what strength I am doing a little bit more, but at the moment it's just building up each week. So I am using a strength coach, so it was kind of the same session as the week before. I get set 2 different sessions, and it was just more reps, slightly more reps on some of the moves and more sets. It's all good. I'm really enjoying the strength, and I really enjoy having something set for me, that I can kind of look at the plan and go, yeah, I've got to tick that off, tick that off, tick that off. So it's Tuesday and I am starting off my day with filming Matt around the lake. He is doing a session, and he just getting some footage for his vlog, but I'm using my outdoors token today to ride around on the lake, and later on it's just some easy miles on the treadmill, and another bike session on the turbo with ZWIFT. But yeah, a bit of a grey start to Tuesday. But the good thing about today is there's no groups of people about. The weather's keeping them indoors. Tuesday started off with using my outdoor token to go and film Matt. Great. So I had to then do my easy run on the treadmill, which I find really hard. I don't mind doing sessions and faster running on the treadmill, but easy runs, kind of find it a little bit boring. But you know, means to an end, and at least we have got a treadmill to use. It's dressing gown to warm up on the bike, and dressing gown when the bike absolutely falls apart and it all goes tits up. So I was supposed to do an hour session on ZWIFT. Bike issues. First of all, a flat trainer wheel. Didn't know you could get a flat and a trainer wheel, but flat trainer wheel. Then the chain started making noises. I know it's popped off. So yeah, failed mission. Or failed session. Yeah, today's been a bit difficult, really. It's what it is. Still some bike, but tomorrow morning I've got to fix the bike. So a bit of a shorter run today. So I've just been doing hill sprints, starting off with only three hill sprints, but you know, we're starting off. So hill sprints, some bounding and some high knees. Yeah, really short today. It feels a bit weird. Just 10 minutes warm up here. Been doing it up that lane up there. Doesn't really look much. And now 10 minutes back home, cool down. But I have got another strength session today, and an hour either zone 2 on the turbo, or maybe one of the workouts that I've missed from ZWIFT this week, because it's not really worked out, what with technical issues with the bike, and then I had a hypo yesterday, but you know, still staying consistent, just not quite getting what I need to get done this week. So Zwift is featuring a lot. As I said previously, it is something to help me build up my volume in a safe way. It's low impact. It's something that I can quite easily fit in. It's in my bike shed, my mum shed, my pain cave, whatever you want to call it. So I'm about to do my Zwift session for today, but I thought I'd just show you the bike shed. That's obviously not mine. But it's really simple. It's a summer house with electric point, internet. I've got little drawers, stand for the laptop, which is looking extremely grubby. We'll blame homeschooling. Direct connection to the internet, just because it's Zwift and it doesn't cut out. Obviously the bike, and the turbo trainer that I use is TACX. There's a seat, just in case anybody does feel like talking to me. It's a bit of a longer ride today, so I have got my banana, I have got Flapjack, my go-tos for riding on the bike. It's a bit of a beaten up banana. But might not need it. My Freestyle Libre has actually run out. I've been waiting for delivery of a new one, so don't know what my sugars will be doing as much as normal because I can't just scan my arm. So I'll be going off feel a little bit old school. I never used to prick my finger during workouts, kind of just judge it by feel, so to be a bit different. So you'll see that my get up for getting on the bike is an old dressing gown, a hat, because it does get really hot out here in the shed. I could get a dry robe, but they're like £150, so start off in an old dressing gown. This is also the dressing gown that goes on after a run or a bike session when I'm feeling really cold. 20 quid, fits all. Have you come to see Mama in the pain cave?
This is a nice pain cave, isn't it? What's Mama doing?
Hey!
Look who it is! It's you! That's it! Harry! You're doing amazing!
So that's it, hour and a half done for a yellow unicorn. Yeah, so I'm following the ZWIFT plan just because I like to kind of have something set for me. I like a bit of structure, a bit of routine. And it makes just endless pedaling a bit more fun. I am still doing kind of like an hour in easy zones. But, you know, the ZWIFT the training sessions just offer something a bit different. And it's supposed to make you fitter in 12 weeks, so being a bit more bike fit will not be a bad thing. But that one was the yellow unicorn, so it was what was called overs and unders. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Listened to the rest of Matthew McConaughey and Green Lights, and revisited David Goggins because he's never a bad chap to listen to. So yeah, that's good. Now it's Saturday night, so I want to either go and eat burgers or some crap, but we will probably have something quite healthy. we do well. We do well with eating healthy, but then we get to the evening time and we have a cup of tea. We've switched to decaf to try and help our sleep, along with blue light glasses. I'm going off on a tangent here, but yeah, we tend to eat healthy and then ruin it all by dunking shortbread, cookies, whatever crap we can get our hands on, dunking it in a cup of tea. So something to work on. Homeschooling and juggling everything at home is definitely having an impact. But I'm actually quite pleased with myself that I'm managing to fit in the training around home life with kind of the problems that have arisen because of lockdown. Homeschooling this time is a lot different to last time. It's a lot more structured. There's a lot more pressure from teachers because the teachers have the pressure for certain amounts of work set. And we do homeschool 3 different key stages. So it's quite tricky to try and balance that because each child needs help and supervision. It's not work that we can kind of say, there you go and get on with it. You know, we've got a 5-year-old, a 9-year-old and a 13-year-old that are all requiring help. The 13-year-old's actually really good. She gets on with it. She just cracks on. She's really, really good. The days are filled up with the homeschooling, but you know, we're managing to balance it. We're managing to work together to make sure that we both get time slots to train, to work, to do the different things that we need to do. And that's all we can do, is just keep on juggling and keep on trying to stay consistent. So I am out on my long run with little Harry, currently walking up the majority of hills. It's quite a hilly route, and with the buggy as well. But it is all about the easy miles today. So it is a long run, but also trying to keep my heart rate below 148. At the moment it's 142, so I could probably do a little bit of run, but I'm just basically walking up hills, whatever I've got to do to get this lump up. Whew. But yeah, 5k in, and I think I'm going to have to do a bit of a heave-hoeing over the logs. Is that okay? Do you want to go home now? You see Dada? Yeah? Yeah. That was a very enjoyable 7 miles. Not quite the hour and a half I was supposed to do. But the elevation made that quite hard for me. But yeah, lovely way to spend a Sunday. Are you okay? He's good, but now we're gonna go home and get some lunch and yeah, chill out for a Sunday afternoon and get the vlog ready for you guys. So my long runs at the moment, they are going to be done on trails, and each week my long runs are increasing in duration. So this week I was out for an hour and a half, or it should have been an hour and a half. I did find with Harry it was really hard work. I think the training effect would have been the same because of pushing him up the hills and the trails. It's actually quite difficult with the running buggy, but by keeping it all on the trails at the moment, we're again keeping the impact down on my foot. And just generally overall, just to make sure that I can continue to build in a safe way. So it's been a good week. I've run 25 miles, so I've increased it slightly from last week, building the volume for the running gently, gradually. making sure that there's no problems with my foot, which there isn't. Everything's fine at the moment. Long may it continue. I've cycled 62 miles, which is a slight increase from last week. I don't mind increasing that again. I will be trying to increase the cycling volume as well, because I want my general volume of training to be quite high. I've said I want to go balls deep on this, and I've got 10 months to take off this huge time off my marathon, so I do need to kind of be very proactive. But I also need to make sure that I am being sensible, and I've kind of jumped into training in January, and I want to make sure that I'm adapting and can sustain the training that I'm doing at the moment without getting too fatigued or without burning out because I've gone pedal to the metal straight away. So yeah, we just increase it. The plan is to just keep on increasing it. 2 strength sessions this week. Again, more time on the strength sessions because there were more reps and more sets. But that's good as well. I'm not finding that that's having a negative impact on any of my training at all. So the plan going forward into week 3 is again to maintain the volume that I'm doing, hopefully increase it a little bit, increase the run volume a little bit more, and if that means that the cycling has to come down a little bit, that's fine, but hopefully I can keep it at the same level. And I think maybe start introducing some slightly faster stuff. So at the moment it's all been pretty much, apart from Monday, it's all been easy pace stuff, just building up time on my feet and just, getting into the rhythm of it all. But I think we might now have some scope to do some faster stuff, which will be good. So anyway, that's week 2 in a nutshell. Really hope that you've enjoyed this week's vlog. It is just a training diary, so some weeks there's not going to be a lot happening. Some weeks there'll be more happening, but hopefully I can share some useful information along the way. Next week, I will go into more detail about the Stride Pod and how I'm using that for sessions. I would love to know in the comments how your training is going and what you're up to at the moment with your running. And of course, I would love it if you can subscribe and follow along on the journey. Fingers crossed for more positive training for week 3, and I shall fill you in next week. Until then, stay safe and happy running.